Welcome to Puckett Fieldhouse on the campus of Central Methodist University. It's Charlie Brown along with Jim Ross today, bringing you basketball action of what could be two very good basketball games between two very good teams. First game we've got women, Grandview Vikings at 20-5 overall and 12-2 in the North Division of the conference. Central Methodist Eagles 20-4, 10-4, and of course if you're fairly new to the broadcast, those 4 losses for the Eagles, 2 of those are straight forfeit losses due to COVID, and another one that coming off of COVID where they were shorthanded. Eagles are number 15 in the nation right now. They're in first place in the Northern Division, or in the Southern Division of the Heart. Grandview's in second place. They're actually tied for first, but a game behind in the overall standings as they go by the overall record after the ties are gone. They have beaten Clark, and they're both 12-2 on the season, so should be a really good ball game. We've got some stats to show you what the difference is going to be between these two teams, as both teams high scoring. Grandview with about 75 points per ball game. Lady Eagles at about 71 per ball game, so it could be a really exciting match. Jim, welcome Jim Ross to the broadcast. Played basketball here at Central. Jim, welcome to our broadcast.
Great to be here, Charlie. It's fun to be back in the old stomping grounds, and as you said, we should have 2 competitive games this afternoon for you, and I hope you enjoy them.
Well, we're going to show you real quick the standings so you can kind of see what we're talking about. As there they are. Clark in first place, 12-2 and 21-4. By overall fact that they've got a better overall record. That's why they're number 1. Grandview at 12-2, 20-6. And then it falls off considerably after that to Mount Mercy at 8-6, Culver Stockton 6-8, Peru State 4-9. For in the South Division, Central's 10-4, 20-4 overall. Mid-America 9-4, 12-9. Benedictine, who the Lady Eagles just beat by 2 Thursday night, sits in third place at 9-5. Evangel's 8-5. Valley at 7-6. Now, the way the postseason tournament works this year, Coach Davis told me this the other day, it's not just the top 4 teams in each division. The top 3 get to go for sure, and then they're going to take the next 2 best records because they had a losing team get in last year, and they don't want that to happen again. So there could be 5 teams from the South Division get into the playoffs this year. So if things were to go the way they are right now, and we know that's not really going to be possible, but if the season were to end right now, Central would host the number 4 team, or the number 4 team, the number 7 team that gets into the playoffs, no matter who that is. And then if they win that would be here at home. And then if they win that, they would probably play this Grandview team that they're looking at right now. So this could be a ball game that you'll see again in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, harbinger of things to come. And you mentioned the scoring. They both like to go up and down. Grandview shoots a ton of threes. They've taken over 700 threes so far this season, and they shoot it at a 33% clip. So expect a high-scoring game, and it should be an up-and-down affair as well.
Yeah, we'll throw that up on the screen so you can see it as well. The three-point is highlighted. Grandview has made 248 out of 751. Central's made 141 out of 492. That's 107 made more three-pointers, and I can't do the math, but I'm going to tell you that's 260 more attempted threes in 24 ball games. So they're trying 10 more threes a ball game than Central tries. So
right.
Central's going to have to defend that today.
Yeah, and so, you convert that into scoring, it amounts to 9 or 10 points a game, an advantage from three-point land. So you're right, they're going to have to defend from the outside. They didn't play maybe as well as they'd like to have played over at Benedictine on Thursday night, and so they're hoping to get their feet back under them and play well here at home.
Well, the other things you can see on your screen right now, Central averages 75.6 points per ball game. Grandview averages 77, so they're both pretty high-scoring affairs. Grandview gives up 63. Central gives up 57. So Central plays a little better defense, but Grandview doesn't have to play a lot of defense if they're hitting that many threes and scoring 77 points.
No, that's right. And both of them are really good from the charity stripe, too. Both of them over 70%. I don't know if you've got that stat there or not, but as we all know, when it comes right down to it at the end of these games, you got to be able to make free throws, and both of these clubs are pretty good at it.
Yep, I do have the numbers. They were just up on the screen, but Grandview is 300 of 399, 75.2%. Central 294 of 417 for 71%. And you talk about the free throws. Or Alicia McElroy, I always do that, sorry. I asked her for Folks Watch. She said no, so I'm okay. Made 2 free throws at the end of the ball game against Benedictine to win that ball game, even though she tried to miss the second one.
Yeah, it hit a little bit of everything, didn't it?
It was a hard line drive that hit the backboard, front of the rim, back of the rim, and went in. She was trying as best she could to miss it, and it didn't, which would have been an advantage with 2 seconds to go because they would have had to catch it, call a timeout,
right,
and a little time would have gone off the clock. But as it was, she made it, and they called timeout, advanced the ball up the floor, but Central KD Addison stole the inbounds pass and held on for a 2-point win. So, and that team, Benedictine, beat Clark the week before or just the game before that in overtime. So, good ball club there, good ball club here. So, we're excited about the ball game here. Jim, you've watched some of the ball games on the internet. Central usually comes out one of 2 ways: smoking or cold as ice.
Yeah.
And sometimes they dig their hole that they got to get out of.
And they've been good at getting out of those holes so far this year. They're on a 3-game winning streak, so things have been going better as of late. As you mentioned in the open, they had COVID issues earlier in the season, as did the boys team actually. And I think they're through all of that now, hopefully, and have things going in the right direction. Grandview comes in. They've won 7 of their last 8 as well. So both teams playing well and at the top of their divisions in the heart of America.
Yeah. And Central's owns a couple of wins over top 25 teams at the time, as they beat Iowa Wesleyan when they were ranked 13th, and then they beat Kansas Wesleyan when they were ranked in the top 25. So they've got a couple of wins over top 25 teams, but those 2 forfeit losses have hurt them greatly in the overall rankings. They were number 7 before that all happened. They dropped to 13, and then they dropped to 15, and that's where they sit right now. So they need to finish up. They've got a schedule that's conducive to running this thing out if they get a chance. They've got Grandview today, and then they have to go to Evangel. That's their last road game. Evangel is one of their 2 forfeit losses. So they haven't played Evangel yet. And then they finish up with Park, Mid-America, and Mo Valley here at home. So they have a chance to run this thing out. And if that's the case, they would be that'd be 5 more wins. They would be 25-4 overall, and that should get them consideration a little further up. But the first thing that Mike Davis will tell you, we got a game today that we need to worry about, and the Vikings are in town to take on the Eagles, and we're down under a minute to go. We will have the prayer for you in just a moment. Looking down at Gary Linhart will do the pregame prayer for us. He will do a sportsmanship and character of champions statement for the Heart. And then we will have the introduction of the starting players here on the Heart Network. So we will have the prayer. We'll take the headphones off, try and catch as much of that as we can. He's a little farther away. We don't have a speaker real close to us, but we'll have that in the national anthem. Then we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups when we're done with that in just a minute. I'm going to drag and get ready for that. He's going to do the champions of character. So we're just about set. It'll be a little after 2 o'clock, which it normally is. It doesn't get started immediately on time, but we're good with that. We're just anticipating this. And then on the men's side, you've got teams that are both like 8 and 6 in the conference. So here comes the prayer.
Almighty God, you have created us to strive for our best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you today in all we do on and off the court, and make us witnesses to your glory. Amen.
All right, so we're just about set for starting lineups. And here come the starting lineups for the Grandview Vikings. They go like this. A 5'4" junior guard from Waukon, Iowa, number 2, Maddie Ahlstrom. A 5'8" guard senior from Silver Lake, Minnesota, number 4, McKenna Monahan. A 5'9" senior guard from Lime Springs, Iowa, number 15, Shannon Pisney. 5'9" freshman from Fonda, Iowa, number 40, Ella Larson. And a 6-foot senior from Maxwell, Iowa, Brianda Bain. Those are your starters. Ahlstrom averages 6.5, Monahan 10.1, Pisney 16.3, Larson 11.7. And Bain 9.7. So here come your starting lineups for the Eagles. Number 0, a 6'1" junior guard from Minsk, Belarus, Darina Bakarova. She averages 14.8. A 6'5" junior from Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. Forward, number 13, Eternity Willock. She averages 11.1 and over 9 rebounds per ball game. Dallas, Texas, 5'8" guard, senior. Arlesia McElroy. She averages 20.2. And a 5'9" freshman guard out of Trenton, New Jersey. Number 23, Nana Massanak. She averages 10.2. Say hi to her family in Jersey. I know they're watching. And a 6'3" freshman forward out of Ewing, New Jersey, number 34, Leah Johnson. She averages 10.1 and 9.7 rebounds. All 5 starters for the Lady Eagles in double figures. Get our scoreboard put up on the screen. There it is, and we're ready to rock and roll from Puckett Fieldhouse.
Lots of representation from around the world on Central Methodist's team this year.
Yes, there is. They go out and get them from all over. We've got players from California on here.
Yep,
more from Texas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Louisiana, Indiana.
Of course, Mike Davis, the head coach, been here for quite a while. Came over from Columbia College.
After he was here before that.
Right.
All right, it's going to be Bain and Willock jump. Willock tipped once. Could have just gone ahead and tipped it again. She couldn't grab it, but she didn't realize that. And we're underway. That was Ahlstrom with the ball. This is Larson.
Central Methodist in a man-to-man defense, which you'll see most of the day.
You will see that most of the time. This is Monahan lined up a 3. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Tries to pass, but it's stolen away. Here comes McElroy out of the pack. She runs the offense. Gives it to Johnson. Back to McElroy. Going to get a pick. Bakarova Inside to Johnson, uses her size. Inside, left hand off the glass and good.
You get her the ball down there, she's hard to handle, and they can do that all day.
She's
today.
A big body.
Yes, she is.
And they play double post really well. Back pick underneath and good. Larson with the basket. She got a pick and was free underneath the basket.
That's that man-to-man overplaying defense that gave him that opportunity.
McElroy looks around. She's looking for Willock to post up. Bakarova, she'll drive to the hoop. Left hand off the glass. Too hard, no good.
Had a good look that time, just couldn't get it to go.
That's Pisney with it, misses. She was player of the week in the Hart last week.
And as you can tell, they are not shy about shooting the three.
They have a shooter's mentality. It's going to go up all day long. Johnson top of the key. They'll do a high-low double post here out of this. Massanet, she's a lefty. She wants to go left. Bakarova walks, gets away with it. Stops, free throw line jumper in the air, good. Darina Bakarova with her first points of the ball game.
Nice mid-range jump shot, something that's a lost art these days.
Yep, it's either threes or on the men's side, threes and dunks.
Yeah.
Larson to the hoop, nice drop off, and we'll have a foul call. 3 girls, 3 ladies around it. We'll see where it goes. I think it's going to go on Willock. That'll be her first.
That it is. Another backdoor cut that time by Grandview.
First free throw is good.
Both teams good free throw shooting teams.
70 plus for both sides. She makes both of those. That was Bain who made those. Bakarova going to get a pick. Goes around it. Inside to Willock. Spins. A little short jumper, misses. That's a problem that she's had. She gets inside and she just sometimes cannot finish. Nobody picks up. Pisney coming right down the floor and scores. And Mike Davis does not like that, and he calls a timeout, and we're going to have a chat about not playing defense.
Well, you got to stop the ball. That's rule number 1 in playing defense, and they didn't do that. And if they're going to win this game, Central Methodist has got to convert those shots from point-blank range. They've missed 2 here in the early going.
Yeah, and you look at her stats, and I'm not picking on Eternity Willock because a lot of the ladies miss these. Willock is shooting 51% from the floor.
She doesn't miss many of them, then, does she?
Well, what tends to happen is she misses the first one, gets the rebound, and then makes the second one. She's shooting 50%. She's got another rebound.
There you go. Pad your stat line.
Absolutely. Not necessarily on purpose, but it does happen. Massanet going to drive to the hoop, left hand off the glass, and in. Nana Massanet with her first basket, and we're tied at 6.
Nice drive off the dribble by Massanet that time.
Monahan. Bain at the top. Ahlstrom into the corner. Larson into the lane, throws it back out. Nice save there as it was ankle high. And we've got an offensive foul called. Illegal pick.
That is correct. Larson will pick up her first.
Central with the basketball, chance to take the lead. McElroy. They like to run Willock out at the top and then run her down underneath. She's going to pick for Massanet. Get the ball down inside. She'll go lane. Bumps, turns. In the air and good.
Got that from point blank range. She's 6'5". You probably can't really tell that on the video screen, but she's a tall drink of water.
She is a big girl. She blocks a shot there. Takes another hack at it and a foul called afterwards, and I think that's going to be Willock, and that's going to be 2 on her, and she's going to have to go sit down.
Yeah, you don't want to see that early on, but that's
Coach Davis has not made a move yet. At this point, we'd either see probably Kennedy or Robin Beck into the ball game.
Maybe he's going to leave her in.
I think he's going to let her play for a little bit and see what happens. Both free throws good, and I think we're going to say that a lot today. Both sides shooting over 70% from the free throw line.
Well, Bain shoots it at an 82% clip, so you definitely don't want to send her 85 actually from the line.
She's got all 4 from the free throw line, all 4 of her points. McElroy, Johnson inside. She'll spin to the lane, back out. Bakarova's got a 3 lined up and hits it.
You mentioned that she can fill it up.
She can shoot it. She's got 5. And she almost steals it. She'll still work on it. She's got it very good at that as well. She's got 36 steals on the year, so she averages almost 2 a ball game. Bain. Pisney. With Bakarova on her. To the hoop, no good. Bakarova with a rebound. Pisney strips her from behind, but Johnson comes out with it. Got Massanet on the left-hand side. McElroy, left hand to the hoop, puts it up and in.
Another nice crossover dribble by Central and drive to the bucket. That was sweet.
Yeah, they get a lot of points in the paint, and it's not because they're 6'3" and 6'5". It's because they will drive the ball to the hoop. And there's a pass that goes off of the hands of Monahan and out of bounds.
Well, since that early timeout, the defense for Central Methodist has picked it up a little bit.
Brianna Jensen and Natalie Rigatuso into the ball game. Robin Beck checks in, and Willock checks out. Beck, a 6'2" player. Out of Dallas, Texas. She's a junior, eligible at semester, as was Willock. That's Beck with the basketball. She's a lefty. Massanet is a lefty. And there's a foul called, and I think that'll go on Ahlstrom as she tried to go by the pick. Ran into the picker, and if she ran into Johnson, that probably hurt her more than it hurt Johnson.
That's a nice little addition to add a 6'2" player and a 6'5" player at semester, huh?
Yeah, and they were pretty good before that. Johnson going to be called for a travel.
A little bunny hop in there as she got the ball in the low post that time.
So Jensen and Rigatuso into the ball game for the Vikings. Ahlstrom. This is Jensen. Rigatuso. Bain in the corner. They all want to shoot a 3. They're all looking for it when they get a chance. Pisney inside against Bakarova. Spin and rolls around and good.
Nice move by the 5'9".
Yeah, she's listed at 5'9", and Bakarova's 6'1". There goes Massanet to the left hand, to the basket, lays it up and in. Sometimes she has a tendency to put it up a little hard off the glass, but she's on it today. She's got 4, lead back to 5.
Second time she's made that move and converted the bucket.
She's not afraid to drive. Johnson beat to the basket. Foul will be called on Leah Johnson. That's already team foul number 3. We're just over halfway through this.
Doesn't look like this officiating crew's real fond of a block shot, are they?
Yeah, they don't like it. And there were a lot of cat calls from the Benedictine announcers the other night about the last foul of the ball game. They thought it was all ball. McElroy ended up on the floor. Bain's 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
Yeah, you might want to stop fouling her.
Yes. I mean, I understand they want to get the ball into her hands and do some things with it, but that's half their points are from the free throw line by her.
Yeah, and all 6 of hers are from the free throw line.
McElroy, Massanet. She's going to go left again. Corner. Beck will shoot 3s. That one's long. Blocked out nicely inside by Bain. On the run, this is Pisney underneath. McElroy picks up her first personal foul. And somebody else is going to go to the free throw line, Jim, instead of Bain.
Yeah, she's got a look on her face like she didn't
she's
touch anyone. But
you know where she stands easily by looking at her.
From our angle, she was crawling up her back, so it was fairly obvious.
Well, Pisney is a 95.5% free throw shooter, Jim.
Oh, see, you did
yeah,
the old
I'm happy. I'm happy to do that. She was 64 of 67 on the season.
Wow. Well, we mentioned they shoot 75% as a team. When you got your top 2 free throw shooters are at 95 and 85. That helps.
Yeah. Kennedy and Addison into the game. McElroy and Johnson out, so they're going to go smaller. By smaller, I mean 6'2" and 6'1" instead of 6'5", 6'3". Addison, good ball player. She's also left-handed. Loses the handle on it. Massanet gets it, drives to the hoop. Nice pass to Kennedy, but a little bit behind her. Bakarova's got another 3 lined up and hits that one as well. She's got 8.
She's got a sweet-looking jumper.
And they beat Central back down the floor again this time. Coach Davis not happy with that.
That'll drive a coach nuts, just not getting back on D.
That's Jensen. And if they're leaking them out on the shot, somebody's going to have to go with them. Kennedy looking to post Bakarova inside. Now Addison's going to go post. Bakarova with it again. Almost loses it. Kennedy with it. Into the corner. 9 on the shot clock. Addison back out. Massanet lines a 3 up and hits it.
Well, we talked about how Central hadn't shot as many threes, but they're on fire right now.
There's a jumper, rattles around and falls.
That was Schneider with the bucket.
Yeah, glad you said that. Wonder Lake, Iowa, Illinois.
I heard Mr. Leinhardt say it
All
first.
right, that's fine. I tend to listen as well. Addison with a 3, back iron, no good. Ahlstrom on the run. Into the corner. Across the lane, little floater goes.
Well, we mentioned it.
Scheidel with another one.
Might be a high-scoring game. Yeah, 21-19, and we still have 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, we got 40 points in the first 8 minutes. That's a pretty good clip. Kennedy, Bakarova got another one lined up. That one looks long. Didn't step into that one as she did the others.
No,
Kennedy with a steal. Lays it up and in. J.C. Kennedy. Now she's going to dog whoever's got the ball. And that's going to be Ahlstrom. She's a junior.
Sounds like there's a few faithful from Grandview here in the stands.
Rigatuso into the corner. Ahlstrom with a 3 lined up in the air. A rim no good. Massanet with a rebound. Fouled by Geschelde.
Yeah,
Scheidel.
You don't necessarily want to foul 94 feet from the other team's baskets.
It looks like we've got almost a hockey change. We've got 4 of the 5 going out.
Yeah, line change.
Yep, over the boards and into the game, and we'll pick up everybody who's left. Scheidel is the one who's still on the court. I see Kelly Lear. Kennedy. Now they go smaller, Kennedy and McElroy into the ball game. Massanet with 10. To the hoop. Little floater won't go. Addison with a rebound, going to be fouled, and that should be team foul number 4. So with the next foul, both sides will be in the bonus. Ellie Ringstorff with the foul, sophomore out of Red Oak, Iowa. McElroy backs in, turns. Kennedy not known for 3, but hits it from there.
Got that one. That's a bunch of threes. Central's actually made more threes than Grandview has. They're 3 for 6.
And that counts. That'll probably show up in a minute on your stat sheet. Sheldy inside again. She's instant offense off the bench with 6. Under 35 to go. McElroy to the hoop. Dumps it off, and we'll have a blocking foul called, and that'll get Arlesia McElroy to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And Kelly Greenway, the coach for Grandview, that's got her attention.
Johnson checks back in for the last 32 seconds. McElroy at the line. She's got 2 points in the ball game.
Central Methodist good from the free throw line as well at 70% for the season.
Makes them both. So Grandview can run it down close to the end of the quarter if they so desire to. That's Larson, who's about to get her pocket picked by Addison. And there will be a foul, and that'll go on Kennedy. That'll be her first, but there'll be 2 free throws for Scheidel. Bakarova going to check in.
So how do you like the quarters for the girls' side?
I don't know why the men don't go ahead and go to it as well. I like it's better than having media timeouts every 4 minutes and having things stop on a regular basis.
Right.
I kind of like it. High school is quarters. Everything else is quarters. Scheidel makes them both. And now Central can get the last shot. They have a 5-point lead. McElroy will not be in any hurry. She'll go with about 7 on the clock. Starts backing it in. Going to run around the pick. Back out. Massonet with a 3. Rushed it. Almost went down anyway.
Off the glass.
28-23 is the score at the end of first. And let me thumb through all my papers and find out what I need to say, which is we want to thank our corporate partners for their continued support of CMU Athletics. MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Community Auto Sales and Service, Airlink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. Those folks make this possible. Jim's looking at the scoring in the first quarter.
Yeah, pretty even scoring. Both teams. Bacarova with 8. Of course, she hit 2 3-pointers, 2 of the 4 that Central Methodist hit in that first quarter. And we talked in the pregame, Charlie, about how Grandview shoots. They've shot about 300 more 3-pointers actually than Central has for the year. But Central Methodist has found the range from deep. Leading Grandview is Isabel Scheidel with 8. 3 for 3 from the field.
How many 3-pointers has Grandview attempted? In the first quarter.
In the first quarter. Oh, they just shot 3, which is way off their average.
They averaged 30.
Yeah, way off their average.
So the Lady Eagles are defending at the line a little better.
Yeah, they're running a motion offense, Grandview is, and look for that pick and pop. And then they've been able to penetrate, but Central's done a good job after that first timeout that we mentioned.
Addison, Kennedy, Johnson, Bacarova, and McElroy. That's Johnson with it. That's not her forte. She's going to go to the hoop, put it up strong, and get it to go. And Bain hits the floor. Comes up a little gimpy. 4 points for Leah Johnson. This is Ahlstrom with it. That was Monahan that had it for a second. This is Pisney coming around trying to get it. Back to Monahan. Bain in the corner. Her points have come from the free throw line. Pisney again. Hard to the hoop. Has a go off of her out of bounds. And Central with good defense. That's been one of the things. That's why the other teams only average 57 against them, is because they do defend.
Yeah, Bacarova did a really nice job on that penetration that time and stayed away from the foul as well.
Kennedy. And we've got an offensive foul, and I think it's going to go, it looks like it's on McElroy, and that'd be 2 on her. Coach Davis says use your head. Going to leave her in the ball game.
Well, you'd like to think that college players can play with 2, but
especially a point guard.
Different philosophies for each coach. They have a different way they want to approach that.
Bacarova on Pisney. Partially blocked. Kicked back out. Monahan with a 3 from straight away, and it rattles in. Her first points of the game.
First 3-pointer of the game for Grandview.
Yeah, Bacarova thought about it. To the hoop, steps through, puts it up, can't get it to go, but she'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Eternity Willock checks in. KD Addison will check out. So Willock with 2 fouls on the floor.
Bacarova shoots at 75% from the charity stripe.
First one is good. McElroy has 2 fouls as well.
Yeah, a little foul trouble for Central Methodist here early on.
Second free throw good. Pisney across half court. Double team to get it out of her hands. Ahlstrom has it. Pass in the corner. Pisney with a long three. No good. Two Central women battle for it. McElroy comes out with it. Nice pass underneath. Step around underneath the basket is Willock with her first.
Yeah, really nice move by Willock to move to the other side of the basket and leave the defense flying by.
She's got 4, leads up to 8. Makarova is probably the best defensive player, and that's why she's out guarding Pisney all the time. Knocked away and out of bounds off of Pisney. Bakarova's an interesting player. She's 6'1", can shoot the threes, can drive to the hoop, and defend.
That's quite a nice combination, isn't it?
It is not bad at all. She's not a one-dimensional player. She shoots the three, but she'll drive it to the hoop. She's one of the leading players on the team in steals during the course of the year. As I look, McElroy leads in steals with 81. She's got almost twice as many as anybody else on the team. Kennedy's got 54, and she's a bench player. So, Community Auto Sales and Service is a one-stop shop for all your automotive needs, from brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repair, batteries, and state inspections. They have everything and can do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporter of Eagle Athletics.
Good to see the local businesses supporting.
Very much so. McElroy inside to Bakarova. Left hand off the glass. Nice look. Nice finish. McElroy. McElroy finds underneath. Bakarova's in double figures. She's got 12.
She is having a nice first half.
They're doing a lot of rotating. They're double teaming and rotating to stop the three. Shot blocked, and Willock's going to pick up her third foul.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, with this officiating crew, you just basically need to put your hand up and try and block the shot without swinging, because they're going to call a foul about every time.
So we lose the 6'5", but we bring it in a 6'2" in the place. But that's Robin Beck. She's not as much of a post player. She'll actually stand outside and pop it a little bit. Rattles around and falls. Back of the rim, straight up and down.
She's money from the free throw line, isn't she?
What are they, like 9 for 10 from the free throw line in this?
That's exactly what they are.
Bakarova looks. McElroy back out. Kennedy's got a three, got another one in the air and good.
Really nice job of penetration and kicking it out, and Kennedy able to finish it.
Bakarova's guarding Pisney 25 feet from the basket.
Yeah, she leads them in scoring. Probably not a bad idea.
Three on the way. Rattles around, no good. Inside. Foul will go on Bakarova as
that'll be her first.
It is. I think that's Pisney at the line.
Yeah, Pisney averages 16 points per game for the Vikings.
Yeah, like I say, she was the Hart Player of the Week last week. Central's had 3 of their players be the Hart Player of the Week already, multiple times.
As we mentioned, she shoots free throws at 95%. So her and Bain, the 2 players that are getting to the line, are the best free throw shooters on the team. And that's keeping them in this game, actually.
It is, because 11 of their points have come from the free throw line?
12 of 13.
There you go.
From the line.
Foul as Massanet goes to the basket. Foul on Larson, her second personal foul. Massanet, a 78% free throw shooter. Drains the first one. She's got 8. Kennedy's got 8. Bakarova's got 12. Second one also good.
Man, this is a high-scoring affair, isn't it? Goodness gracious.
Usually you say the first one to 70 or so is going to win. This may be the first one to 90 wins.
Right.
Pisney hands it off. Monahan, inside it goes. Bain, off of her. Nope, knocked out of bounds by Johnson.
Let's say it went off of her leg, I guess.
Johnson just knocked it out. I thought it went out off of the Grandview player's leg,
That's
but that's not the way it was seen. Pisney with Johnson on her. Three on the way, no good. Kennedy with a rebound. She'll run the show for the time being. Beck standing exactly where she wants to shoot a three-pointer from, right there. Massanet. Beck going to drive, pull up, jumper on the way, back of the rim, no good. Johnson had her hands on it, but Ahlstrom comes out with it. Quickly ahead. Pisney with a three on the way, no good off the rim. Run down by Jensen. Bain with a three, hits it. You knew it was just a matter of time before they started launching them from everywhere.
Well, those long threes give up long rebounds, and Central's got to be aware of that on the defensive end of the floor.
Coach Davis doesn't waste any time taking a timeout, and he's going to get Bakarova right back in the ball game to keep an eye on Pisney. And she's got 7 points all of a sudden. Bain with 11. 20-4 Central, 20-5 Grandview.
Two of the elite teams this year in the Heart of America.
Yeah, two of the top three teams in the Heart.
Clark being the other.
Clark being the other one. She's there. Clark is in first place in the Northern Division. Johnson with a long jumper for her. That's not her forte, but she nails that one. She's got 6. Back to 10 for the lead.
Gotta love it when your big girl can step outside and knock it down from 15.
Scheidel back in the ball game. Inside, kick back out. 3 on the way. Rim no good. Kennedy with a rebound. She's going to push ahead to Massanet. Catches it. Off the glass and good.
Nice job after she fumbled it to stay with it. Kept her eye on it and finished it.
Yeah, her family back in New Jersey got to be happy with that. She's playing well today. Knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. Rigatuso to bring the ball inbounds. Kelly Greenway, the head coach of Grandview. Assisted by Grant Hopkins, Kelsey York, and Paige Greiner. This is Rigatuso with the ball. Looks inside, nowhere to go. Nice cut, nice pass.
Yeah, that's that backdoor cut. We've seen them do it. They made 2 buckets that way. Had another opportunity or 2 that they didn't convert. But
Ahlstrom with her first points in the ball game. Bakarova tries to get down the lane, gets it to Beck instead. Bakarova's open in the corner. That's Addison who misses, but Bakarova gets the rebound and gets knocked down, and we'll have a foul called.
Took a hard fall that time.
Bakarova is 3rd on the team in rebounding with an even 100 coming into this. Willock, who's only played part of the season, has 95. Massanet gets the baseline again. Kennedy in the corner, passes on the 3, comes around to pick. Beck, she won't pass on the 3. Back of the rim, no good, tipped around, and I think that's Addison's going to pick up a foul there over the back. Her first, 4th team foul. Both sides will be in bonus on the next fouls.
Been a well-played first half. Central Methodist still leads by 10.
McElroy back in the ball game. Kennedy with a kick. Well, McElroy was in the ball game. Now she's back out again. This is part of their pressing defense here where Kennedy, Bakarova, and Addison will all go after the ball. Scheidel, runner short, gets their own rebound, back out. Pisney with a 3 and hits it.
That tells you all you need to know about Grandview. Scheidel had it in the paint, and instead of shooting it from 8, turned around and kicked it outside for the 3.
Yeah, she missed the first one and wasn't going to take the second one. Beck looks for a cutter. Bakarova with a pick. Now got a mismatch. Addison to the hoop. Knocked out of bounds. Stay with Central with 9. Johnson and McElroy will now check in. Addison and Beck check out. 9 on the shot clock. McElroy, she'll shoot that. She'll shoot that one too. And that is Ahlstrom with a rebound down into the corner. Rigatuso trapped there, gets it back out. Scheidel. Jensen, inside it goes. Scheidel with a height advantage, no good. And Kennedy holds her ground and comes out with a rebound. Not a good idea to pass it ahead to your big girl in transit.
Yeah, she was wise to get rid of it quickly.
McElroy, drive, spin. Banker too hard, fouls on the rebound, and that'll be 3 on her.
Yep, just a little bit of a frustration foul there.
Yep, so she's in for just a very short time, and now she'll go back out and bound to the free throw line.
Where you don't want to send Grandview.
Looks like Jensen at the line. Maybe she's only a 70% free throw shooter.
Let's see what
59.4 maybe.
Yeah, that's probably the lowest amongst the
weak
players
link.
that get a lot of playing time.
And she misses the first one.
Central Methodist men are in the building. Guess they're going to shoot at half.
They're going to shoot at halftime. Yep, and the Grandview men are over on the other side getting ready to do the exact same thing. Leads down to 6. Kennedy, Addison, Massanet, Johnson, Bakarova on the floor. Bakarova goes off of her hands. She was looking to figure out where to go for a 3, and it goes off her hands out of bounds.
Yeah, so Grandview making a little run here late in this second quarter.
Chance to cut into that 6-point lead. Addison comes on the double team. They leave Peasney alone, and that's a bad idea. She's got 12 in the game, and it's down to a 4-point lead. It was 5 at the end of the first quarter. Massanet to the basket. Left hand off the glass and good. She's got 13 in the game. She's now the leading scorer for the Eagles. Ahlstrom. 3 from deep. Woo. Massanet was in her face and hit that anyway.
Yeah, that was from deep, too.
Rigatuso with that one, her first points of the ball game. Leads down to 3. Johnson. I think Grandview just took a while to get used to shooting the threes. Now they have been. Bakarova with a hook shot. Didn't go. Foul on the floor. Johnson got the rebound, and it looks like they're going to call it maybe on Bain.
I believe that's right.
22. Rigatuso. They only say that's the 4th team foul, so I guess we're not shooting free throws yet. 18 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Addison. Again, she's lefty. Massanet's a lefty. To the hoop, off her hip and up and in.
Nice penetration again.
Her best game of the season. She's got 15 right now. Rigatuso, who just hit the 3 on the other end. Off the glass too hard. Rebound put up no good. And Addison or Kennedy will pick up the foul. Addison on her second.
Yeah, Massanet just averaging 10 a game. As you mentioned, she's already got 15.
She averaged 19 a game last year. First one crawls in.
I would gather she's going to cover that today, too.
This is Kaylin Myers, her first point. Second point in the ball game. 1:13 to go.
Myers is a player that doesn't get a whole lot of playing time for Grandview.
Addison up off the glass, counts, and it looks like Ahlstrom maybe will pick up the foul.
Yeah, she just kind of threw that up. Oh, by the way, I'll shoot this, and got the foul and the continuation, if you will. They count the bucket.
Fouls on Myers, her first. Addison at the free throw line. Makes the free throw.
The old-fashioned three-point play.
Ahlstrom and Rigatuso in the backcourt. Here comes a triple team and a double team and a timeout called.
She was in a peck of trouble. And
she was. Bakarova thinks it's a turnover, but it's a timeout. she was ready to go down. She's going to take her stance on the three-point line and wait for the shot.
Well, it's been a good first half, Charlie, with 49 ticks to go in this second quarter. And Central had as much as a 10-point lead, and Grandview's closed it to within 4.
Yeah, we got 98 points on the board already in the first half.
Yeah, when's the last time you saw a men's or women's game with this many points in the first half?
Not very many, and we'll see what adjustments are made at halftime to try and each side to try and slow the other one down a little bit. Because we're going to have halftime stats that are going to be unbelievable numbers from the field and from the line, and very few turnovers. Ball's inbound. It was knocked off of Ahlstrom's leg. Pisney gets it back. Got Bakarova on her. Bain. Rigatuso in the corner. Spins a couple of times to the basket, and it's going to be called for a travel with 34.4 to go. So Central can run it down and get a shot near the end. 6-point advantage.
Should be turnover number 6 on Grandview.
Kennedy just going to hold it and wait for the clock to run down. Massanette's standing over here in the corner all by her lonesome.
Hiding.
Trying to. Comes Bakarova around the pick. Kennedy down to 4. Johnson's going to have to put up the jumper she made a little while ago. That one comes up short, and it's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, that was actually good awareness to know that the shot clock was running out with it was about a 4-second differential. And
it was 4.4, and there's 3.1 on the clock now, so that's all right. They didn't go check it out. This is Myers from half court. Hits the shot clock above the basket. Does not bank in from there.
Wow. That's about as wild a final shot as we've seen for a while.
Yeah, half-court shot.
Over the top of the basket.
So Central outscores Grandview by 5 in the first period, and then by 1 in the second period to have a 6-point halftime advantage.
Central shot it pretty well in the first half. Actually, that's probably an understatement. 60%
from the floor.
From the floor. And that, they've got this lead of 6, and you got to figure they maybe aren't going to shoot it that well in the second half. So,
well, what's Grandview shooting?
They're 46.4.
Central shoots at 42 from the floor on a regular basis. Grandview shoots it at a 41.3% clip.
Central Methodist 5 for 12 from 3. Perfect from the line, 7 for 7. Only turned it over 4 times. Grandview 4 of 12 from 3. And 16 of 18, a bunch of free throws. That's going to be the message from Coach Mike Davis, is we got to keep them off the line.
Central has shot more free throws during the course of the year, and I think made less. 300 of 399 for Grandview on the season. That's pretty easy to figure out. That's just above 75%. So
right.
That's putting it in the basket pretty good with everybody that you've got. So we're going to take a quick break, about a minute or so, 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll go over some more of the stats and some other halftime stuff. I'll tell you that those of you waiting for Quentin Norris's halftime, he's not here today. There's snow on the ground, and Quentin doesn't drive in the snows, and he's got to get here from Slater, so he's got a little ride to get here. So no halftime report by Quentin from up here in the catbird seat. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes here on the Hart Conference Network.
Today's job market, you transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more. At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U at Central Methodist University. Be more.
We're back. It's halftime. You see the score, 52-46. I would tell you there wasn't a lot of defense played, but there actually was some defense played in this. It's just really good shooting. I'll go ahead and put what Jim was talking about right before we went to the break so you can see it up front. Field goal percentage, 46.4 for Grandview. And you'd say, boy, they're shooting the ball really well. They shoot 42 on the season, and they're shooting 46. But go over and look at the Central side where they're shooting 60.6 from the floor.
Yeah, just a step up from the 41.7 for the season for that.
88.9% from the free throw line for Grandview, 100% for Central. Three-pointers, 33.3% for Grandview, and they only shot 12, I believe. They shoot 30 in the ball game. Three-pointers, 41.7% for Central. Grandview out-rebounding Central 17-11. Offensive rebounds out-rebounding Central 7-3, and the turnovers Grandview is 6 and Central with 4. Anything else on those numbers over there, Jim, that really kind of jump out at you?
Well, Central's done a nice job from 3 as well, but they've also got 26 points in the paint, mostly on penetration stuff from the guards. Johnson's had a couple shots in the paint, and compare that to 14 points in the paint for Grandview, and that kind of tells you how things have gone the way they have for Central Methodist, penetrating and getting it inside. Where the problem is for Central Methodist is at the free throw line, and Grandview's been there way too many times. 18 free throws in the first half is way too many, and as we've mentioned ad nauseum, actually, they're a really good free throw shooting team, and they've proven it here in the first half. The
18 wouldn't be terrible if they were 11 of 18 from the free throw line, but they're 16 of 18 from the free throw line.
You know, so that's 9-point difference just from the charity stripe between the two clubs. Let's take a look at the scoring. First for Grandview, they're led by Shannon Pisney. She's got 12 in the first half. Brianna Bain with 11, 8 for Scheidel, 3 for Monahan, as well as Jensen and Rigatuso, 2 each for Alstrom and Myers. Looking at Central Methodist, as we mentioned during the first half broadcast, Massanet leads them with 15, Bakarova with 12, 8 for Kennedy, 6 for Leah Johnson, 4 each for Willock and McElroy, and 3 for Addison.
Okay. And I think some of the things that could be said in the locker room, Coach Greenway from Grandview on her side of it, we're 3 of 12 from the three-point line. We shoot better than that. We shoot more than that. So let's get back after that. On the Central side, you've got 4 points out of your leading scorer, McElroy, who averages 20, and you've got 4 from her so far, and 4 from Willock, who averages double figures. So both sides can draw some positive out of whatever happened in the first half. Central's got the lead. They've had the lead almost the entire ball game. But they've got some things they're going to have to figure out, because Grandview's going to come out here firing from the three-point line, because that's how they play basketball, and they're not going to change that. Bakarova has done a really nice job of chasing Pisney all over the court.
Right.
And trying to slow her down a little bit, which I say slow her down a little bit. She's got 12. She averages 16, and she's got 12 already. And none of the players on the floor that I saw from Grandview are afraid to shoot a three.
No, they'll shoot it off the break even. And the one sequence that we mentioned, Shadow got shot in the paint, got her own rebound, had a wide open putback from about 10, and then elected to spin and throw it to one of her teammates beyond the arc. So they
who made it.
That's a priority for Grandview, is to shoot the three. And Pisney, as you said, has 12, but she's only 1 for 4 from beyond the arc so far. So you got to pay attention to her for sure.
Jim's from the other side of the state. He's on the St. Louis side. I'm going to tell him a story about a high school in this area, Versailles High School. They led the nation last year in three-point attempts per ball game at a little over 47.
Wow.
At the high school level.
Wow. that's putting them up, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they had 15 boys. They played them in sections of 5. They played about 2.5 to 3 minutes. They pressed, they fouled, they shot threes. They scored 100 points twice and lost.
Oh, my goodness. So they take the what Jeff Sherman implemented back
the old Loyola
Marymount offense. I think there's a sign in here that Central averaged 106 points a game that year.
Led the nation in scoring, yeah. So I've done a couple of their games. They're extremely difficult to do because you don't know who's on the court at any time. They're just shooting threes. They're just fouling. They're just pressing. Boonville played them 2 years ago and beat them in regulation 116 to 99.
That's unheard of in high school, but it's unheard of in even college basketball. You don't see that kind of scoring out of college teams.
Their high school coach decided he had no size and lots of smaller bodies, and he just went small and figured this out and figured it was the best shot for his team to win, and they're doing much better this year. They took their lumps last year, but they're winning ball games doing that this year. So.
And who's coaching them now?
Jason Ollison is their head coach down there, and he is he's got a son on the team. And we've talked about not having a conscience. Nobody down there has a conscience. They are available to shoot threes as soon as they come across the volleyball line.
Wow. Well, and if you're gonna, as we talked off the air before we came on, you live by the three, you can also die by the three. So I'm guessing last year they did a lot more dying than they did.
They did, yes.
Living. So
whenever they ran into somebody with a guard that could get it down the floor, once you break their press, you get layups, and they're okay with trading 2 for 3s. They'll trade you threes all the time, and I think that's what Grandview's going to do here in the second half. They're going to try and fill it up.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And Central's going to have to play defense, and that includes Leah Johnson and Eternity Willick's going to have to step out and guard some people out away from the basket.
Well,
so Coach Davis may end up going small just so he can guard people.
Well, right, and I didn't mention that McElroy, I should say, and Willock both have 3 fouls.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to be careful. It'll be interesting to see if he comes back with them to start the second half or leaves them on the bench for a while.
Well, we've got a little over 3.5 minutes to go. The Grandview ladies have been out for about a minute. Central Methodist ladies just came back out. So nice long conversation. And I know that when Coach Davis has one of his long conversations, he says for the most part they pay attention.
For the most part.
He's made the statement this year that the biggest problem that his team has is they get bored.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Isn't that a terrible thing?
Attention span of a 12-year-old, huh?
Well, they get ahead, and then they kind of play around. And they want to make fancy passes and do some things that they should not be doing. And then they gets back to 10, and then they kick it back in again. That's not going to happen in this ball game. They're going to have to play hard the whole ball game.
Well, and we mentioned in the pregame that we expected this to be a good competitive game with it being 2 of the top teams in the league, and they haven't disappointed. I think both of us are a little shocked at the number of points that they put on the board in the first half because both of them average in the 70s, and they're going to blow by that. Well, they may blow by that in the third quarter.
Yeah. I'm watching Grandview shoot right now, and they're standing behind the three-point line counting how many in a row they can make. The layup is a thing of the past for them. They're interested in threes.
Well, and this is, I played here many moons ago, but it's still the same Puckett Fieldhouse, and this shooting background's a little bit different than most that you see, and the fence at the end of the courts kind of makes that a challenge for you, because that in many gyms that's where the wall would be, so you have a little closer shooting background, but you got to go another 10 feet probably before you get to the wall, so it gives you some depth perception challenges if you're not used to shooting here. So we'll see if they make that adjustment. They started out ice cold from three, and then made a few later in the second quarter.
The distance between the fence and the wall is probably about 12 feet, because that's where the batting cage was when I played baseball here, was right there.
Right.
So,
yep.
And we had Central had a big diesel bus that used to park on the far end down there.
Yep,
so
that's right.
You started that thing up and let it run for a little while, and everybody in here was getting tired, sleepy,
and
sick.
The big green machine, yeah, it was quite a different environment than.
And I want to mention talk about baseball and all that. The Central Methodist men's baseball team started yesterday with a doubleheader sweep of Our Lady of the Lake, who was receiving votes, and I think the Eagles in the preseason poll are second, which would make sense since they finished second in the nation last year. But they've got a pitcher, and his name escapes me right now. He was like 14-0 last year, won yesterday. He's going to break the school record in a year and a half.
Did you hold that?
I held it at one point in time.
I thought. Yeah.
And then Vaughn Loomis broke that when I coached here. I coached him, and he broke my record. And then it's been broken a couple of times since then. So I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 to 20 games for a record, and he's at 15 right now, one game into his second year here.
So you had a few trips on the old green bus.
Oh, my. Yeah, Russ, the bus driver, he had more miles in reverse than you had in forward. He would be glad to tell you that. We're about set to go. It will be Grandview basketball.
Looks like Massanet and Willett are back in the game. So
back to the original starters, it looks like, for both sides.
Willock, I should say.
Willock. From Canada. She was on the all Big 12 freshman team, and there's Willock picking up her fourth foul. 30 feet from the basket.
Didn't take long, 9 seconds.
9 seconds, and she'll go to the bench, and we'll go back to smaller. Kennedy will come in, and Willock will go out.
Well, that may change the second half philosophy of Coach Mike Davis.
It might. He's still got a couple of bigs over on his bench. But
he's just pretty laid back. I've visited with him.
Yeah, when he gets mad, there's a reason for it.
Right.
He's picked up a couple technicals this year because he didn't like something that was going on. He had a ball game where McElroy was getting beat up, and no fouls were being called, and he took it upon himself to point that out to the officials. Tipped around, goes out of bounds. It'll stay there.
As Norm Stewart once said in a game I was officiating for him, if there's any arbitration to be done, I will handle it.
Bakarova with a block from behind, and she's called for a foul by the outside official after it happened. That's her second personal foul.
Yeah, we mentioned this a little bit in the first half. They're not going to allow you to block shots today. They just called fouls. And I don't know that they're necessarily fouls.
First free throw good. That's Larson. She's got 3 in the game.
Yeah, the free throw shooting doesn't drop off a whole lot with her.
She misses the second one.
She shoots it at 73.5.
Massanet. Bakarova. She was going to drive down the lane to the hoop left-handed. Can't get it to go. Foul called. And it looks like it's going to go on Bain. Blocking foul. So Darina Bakarova to the free throw line.
She has a couple of free throws so far today. I want to know who went on that recruiting trip to Belarus.
And I hope it wasn't in the dead of their winter.
No.
It's about the area that you used to hear all the time. You're going to send you to Siberia.
Well, and you mentioned a lot of unrest over in that part of the world.
There is, and I know she's got some concerns about that. Bain with a three, no good. Massanet with a rebound. Kennedy. McElroy, she's got to be careful to the hoop.
Oh.
Comes up short underneath. Got to be careful that she doesn't reach in and get a foul, which she almost did twice.
Yeah, she got out of stride that time and tried the elongated Euro step.
Long three on the way and good by Larson.
5'9" freshman.
Out of Fonda, Iowa, averages 11.7, 4-point advantage.
Her first bucket of the game, however.
Johnson looks. McElroy pulls it back out. Johnson in the lane, going to spin, step, walk.
Yeah, lifted that pivot foot on her move to the bucket.
Which is better than an offensive foul.
Lead down to 4.
We had a couple of games this year where Johnson's made a move, scored the basket, and then after she scored the basket, they got on the defensive player for flopping.
Well, when you have her size, that's probably easy to
get away
to
with.
Fake that, yeah.
Around Massanet and laying it up and in as Larson. Back-to-back baskets for her.
Larson's all of a sudden woken up, and we've got a whistle, and what is it?
Shot clock needs to go to 30. There it is. Run it down a couple of seconds, and it'll be out on the side. Down to 2 points.
We did the floor here at Central, a couple years ago?
Yes.
Looks nice.
And I think it's the last time they can redo it, and then they're going to have to replace it.
Been here forever.
McElroy comes up short again. The little scoop shot didn't go. Basket counts and the foul.
And here comes Grandview.
They are on an 8-2 run to start this second half. Foul goes on Bakarova, her second personal foul. Oh, they call it on somebody, and it's their third personal foul. Grandview's got the lead.
They called it on Bakarova.
Yeah, it's her third. So Lady Eagles only going about 8 deep in this game now in all kinds of foul trouble. Bakarova just about breaks somebody's ankle with a crossover. Addison, who's a good scorer, puts it up off the glass, left-handed and good.
Well, they're not getting very good shots, Central. That one went down that time, but
Addison averages 7. Going to need some scoring from somebody because you got a couple of players on the bench already and a couple more with 3.
Ooh.
And another 3 as they're starting to light that up.
Monahan from deep.
That was Monahan. She's got 6, which tells me she's got a pair of 3s. And it's a 2-point advantage for Grandview. Almost a steal. Knocked out of bounds by Larson. They got a little more pep in their step right now,
Yes,
Jim.
they do. Yes, they do. They've got their first lead of the game as well.
Massanet back to Bakarova. Kennedy. Addison going to go to the hoop, step around. Can't get it to go. Foul will be called.
Call that foul on
Ahlstrom Praxt.
Kennedy will go for the line. Go to the line, I should say. This will be her first trip to the charity stripe. What's Addison? My bad.
That's all right. She's a 65% free throw shooter. Massanet goes to the bench. Free throw good. She scored the last 3. She's got 6 in the game now. 7:02 to go, third quarter. For the tie. Good.
Good stroke by Addison.
Pressure by Kennedy. On Ahlstrom. Pisney. Bakarova's got 3 fouls. I'm surprised Pisney doesn't go after her.
Asking you shall receive, right?
Monahan with another 3, no good. And there's a foul as McElroy takes a bump.
Well, I think her head snapped back and hit the floor. She's rubbing her noggin on the way down the court.
Foul is on Larson, her third. Jensen in. Larson out. I know I'm going to jinx it, Jim. We haven't had a review. We haven't had to go over to the monitor yet.
Yep, that pretty much will do it.
And it'll be a long one. Kennedy. Double pick coming this way from McElroy. Goes the other direction to the hoop, lays it off. Johnson with a jumper on the way and good. Leah Johnson with 8. Central back in front by 2.
That's more like what Central needs to do.
McElroy with the steal. 3-on-1. Nice pass to Addison. She misses, gets a rebound, puts it up and in.
There's that fill the stat line for you.
Never hurts. Moynihan. Makarova knocks it away from Pisney out of bounds. 16 on shot clock. Scheidel back into the ball game. She provided instant offense in the first half.
Yes, she did.
Had 8 points off the bench. Squared for a 3. In the air, no good. Doesn't hit anything. Johnson with a rebound.
That was from deep, too.
Kelroy to the basket. Fouled on the way there. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
Good penetration that time by McElroy. And
she is not afraid to go into the paint.
You say her nickname is
Fat.
Fat.
P-H-A-T.
Wonder where that came from.
I believe Coach Davis told me that the story is McElroy, when she was younger, was a little on the heavy side. So they went P-H-A-T rather than F-A-T.
So it's been with her for a while then.
Yep.
1 for 2 from the charity stripe.
Leads back to 5 for the Eagles. There's Rigatuso into the ball game. Shelby in the lane leaves it short. Addison with a rebound. Kennedy with it. She just goes back and forth behind the pick till she gets open. Bakarova with a shot, won't go. Nice block out inside. And out with it comes Ahlstrom. Pisney 3 on the way. Short, no good. We're in a horse race now. 3-on-2 going the other direction. Through the hands of Addison and out of bounds.
A little too hot to handle that time from
substitution coming in. I was talking to McElroy before the ball game and told her that the Benedictine announcers were giving her some props, that she was warming up and hitting threes from the A and the Raven on the side of the court. and the comment was, and she's doing it effortlessly. So she can shoot from out there because she made a couple of long threes. And we saw her shooting further than that in the pregame.
Yeah. Massenet returns.
Pisney with Bakarova on her. Jensen back in. Ahlstrom in the corner. Double team coming. Knocked out of bounds, and they say it goes off of the hands. The underneath official standing right next to it called it Central basketball. The out official pointed the other direction, but we're going Central way.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Ella Larson back in. Couldn't stay out very long with her 3 fouls. Since she left, Central's on a 7-0 run.
Very defined areas officiating where you're supposed to be looking.
It always bothers me when the outside official on the other side of the court calls something underneath the basket.
Yeah, that's not what she's supposed to be looking at, I can tell you. Or he or she, actually.
Bakarova looks inside. Takes the 3, comes up short, knocked down. Gets up. Massenet with the rebound, puts it up and in. Bakarova looks like she got hit in the mouth.
That was a nice pull-up by Massenet.
She's got 17 and the lead's back to 7. And a timeout called over on the side by Grandview. Airlink Rural Broadband is your local wireless and fiber internet provider, family owned and operated with coverage options in Sheraton, Howard, Saline, and surrounding counties. Interested in wireless or fiber service? Visit us at airlink123.com for information on all of your internet needs.
Well, a bunch of demolition. I don't know if you drove downtown or not.
I did. I've seen what they're doing. They have taken down that whole side of the square.
Yep, Central Methodist is going to build housing and have commercial retail spots on the first floor, and that'll really spruce up the square.
That property was given to them several years ago, and now they're going to make use of it by making student housing and some shops down there.
Right.
So that my son went to Central Methodist, and I said they're going to put some shops in. He said, good, they need some.
Well, I had a couple buddies that lived in one of the apartments up above in the old building, and yeah, it's probably time. It was time back then, and that was in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, those buildings were built late 1890s, early 1900s.
Defense parted like the Red Sea there as Larson goes in and scores.
She's up to 10 points in the ball game.
Both teams still in a man. That's all we've seen by both clubs this afternoon.
You'll see Bakarova go to a drive mode now. She's missed a couple of threes, so you'll see her drive. McElroy step back three, no good. Out with a rebound comes the Vikings. This is Larson. Bakarova
nice
steals the
defense
ball,
play.
gets it to Addison, who's 1-on-4 and needs to pull out. Doesn't do that, goes to the hoop. No good, but there's Massanet trying to get the rebound. No good.
Both of them hit underneath
It
the
is
basket.
2-on-1 going the other direction. Pisney with a foul by Johnson. That's not bad. It's only her second foul and prevents a layup.
Yeah, that was you made a hockey analogy earlier. That was a hip check.
It was. And she's not having to go to the penalty box, but she is being reprimanded a little bit. Robin Beck will check in for the Eagles.
Central's cooled off from the field down to 53% from field goal
Bain
range.
right back into the ball game. All the way across. Pisney with a three on the way. Skips out, no good. Bank shot in the lane by Bain is good.
Well, the scoring.
Well, it was Larson. He's got 12 now.
Yeah, the scoring pace has slowed down a little bit here in the third quarter.
Bakarova three. Back of the rim, no good. Addison, rebound, right hand up, no good. Tries for the rebound, can't get it. Bain with the rebound. Pushing it, three-point advantage for the Lady Eagles. Knocked out of bounds by McElroy. Monahan back in. Kennedy back in for the Eagles. Massanet will check out as the pace of the game is picked up.
Yeah, it has. It's up and down, but not nearly as.
Yeah, it's a little
good
ragged. And steps on the end line. Does Larson as she thought about a three and then decided to go to the basket, but she's called for being out of bounds with 2:24 to go.
Central leads by 3. Led by as many as 10 in the first half.
Only scored 13 points has Central in this half, or in this quarter rather. 16 points scored so far by Grandview. Taking the lead from 6 down to 3. Beck, step back three on the way. Rims out no good, doesn't follow her shot. And Bain runs it down in the corner under 2. This is Ringsdorf. Bain comes up short, tipped around, comes out. McElroy on the run. She's going to just continue to weave back and forth, put up a shot, get it to go, and the basket counts. And a foul.
Split the defense. Had help with her, but went straight to the hole. Is going to get an and one for her efforts.
McElroy at the line. She's got 7 in the game. Well below her 20. We mentioned that at the half. Free throw no good. Pisney with a rebound. Quickly down the floor behind the defense. And a foul will be called on Kennedy. But again, that's okay because that was a layup.
That's a fact. She didn't really like the foul call, but it may or may not work to their advantage as Monahan will go to the line. She shoots a cool 70% from the free throw line.
Makes the first one. You see Bill and Wendy Sheehan walk in and sit down a couple rows in front of us.
See the mayor of Fayette yet?
No, but give her a little time with him and they'll own Fayette.
Yeah.
McElroy to the hoop again. Tripped on the way through there. We're in the bonus situation, so Alicia McElroy will go to the free throw line.
Foul will go on Larson.
That's 4 on Larson, so that's a big foul. She's got 12 points in the ball game. She leaves, and Kelly Learer comes in, who has not scored yet in the ball game. Gilroy hits the first. Coach Davis making sure that Kennedy knows that Monahan is behind her. Second free throw also good. Leads at 5 with 1:27 to go. Ringsdorf tries to pass it inside. It's kicked around and ends up back in Grandview hands. 3 on the way, halfway down and out. That was Learer who had it halfway down the hoop but didn't go. McElroy wanted a 3, wanted to drive, pulls up, goes baseline. Beck underneath the basket, up and in. She's a lefty, and that was a perfect spot for her to be.
Good feed about that time.
Monahan from the corner with 3 on the way, no good. Knocked around. Addison comes out with it. Gets it ahead to Kennedy. And they muff it. It was a 3-on-1. Now it's going the other direction. Monahan with it. Inside, everybody gets out of the way. Nobody takes Ringsdorf to the hoop, and she scores her first points of the ball game.
She got beat down the floor again, did the Central D.
They had a 3-on-1 and ended up getting beat 2-on-1 on the other end.
They can play for the final shot of this quarter if they like.
Just tenths of a second difference between shot clock and game clock, so they can hold it to the very end and get their shot off.
And Grandview's going to let them do just that.
McElroy going to get a pick from Beck. Go around, kick it back out. Bakarova with 3 down the lane. Puts it up, can't get it to go, gets it back. No foul, and we're at the end of 3. As the officials kind of look around, there was a 2 block shots that didn't get a call.
Right, yeah. It seemed to
71-66.
been something that was called in Central.
Earlier, let you see the dance team. 28-23 Central after 1, 52-46 Central at the half, 71-66 here.
Yeah, and keep in mind these teams average
75 and 77, something like that.
70.5 for Central Methodist and 77 for Grandview.
So Central's already got their game average.
Right. And Grandview's closing fast.
I had a game here earlier in the year. I don't know who they played, but Central scored. I thought the women scored 100 on somebody, but I don't see it on their on their number. I know the men scored 100 in a ball game. They got the 92 once, got the 94. They scored 86 in a game and lost. It was one of the ones with the COVID shortage.
Something I hope we're past.
I hope we don't say that anymore.
Central cooled off. They shot 60% in the first half. They're down to 51% from the field. 5 of 17 from 3, while Grandview, they haven't heated up yet. They're 6 of 21, but they're going to get to their average of 30.
Yeah, 30 plus per
3
game.
points.
They're 6 of how many?
6 of 21.
We're 3 of 12 at the half, so they're 3 out of 9 in the second half, which is an improvement over that's exactly what they were in the first half, 4 of 12. Kennedy, Beck, Bakarova, McElroy, and Johnson on the floor. That's Beck. Bounce pass to McElroy, laying up and in.
That's what
Alicia McElroy.
Yeah, Grandview's done that to Central a number of times in the first half. They returned the favor here to start the fourth.
11 points for her in the ball game now. Bakarova knocks it away. Pisney has it in the backcourt. Bakarova is going to tie her up, and it will be Grandview basketball on the alternating possession.
You know, it's pretty rare at this level to have a guard that's 6'1".
Yeah.
And Bakarova, that with her wingspan, that creates issues in the passing lane.
Oh, Pisney, Bakarova went with the cutter, but Pisney misses the three. McElroy exited the court, headed straight to the locker room, and Massanet comes in for her, so we'll see when she comes back.
You didn't really see her get hurt, did you?
Nope, she ran off, so it was maybe a contact or could be a bathroom issue. Beck looks inside. Johnson's got it. She'll spin into the lane. To her strong hand, puts it up and in.
Yeah, if you can get her the ball there, as we said in the first half, she's going to be hard to stop.
She's a 50% shooter from the floor as well. Pisney, fadeaway, one-hander, thrown up no good. Beck with a rebound. Nice to have a 6'2" player come off the bench for you, and that's Robin Beck.
Yeah. She's done good work. Willock has been out with foul trouble the whole second half, basically.
Yeah, 9 seconds into it. Kennedy runs it down, and we have an injury out by half court. In the dive for the ball, one player is down on the floor.
Yeah, I think maybe during that loose ball, she got rolled on, maybe rolled her ankle over.
Yeah, we can't see her number, so we won't speculate on that, and we'll cut away from that so people don't have to watch the injury on the floor. 75-66. Eagles have come out and scored the first 4 points here in quarter number 4.
Pretty briskly played game.
It is. Yeah, this one could get over before, so the men's game would actually start at 4 o'clock. That'd be nice.
That would be unheard of.
You got that right. I said that not too long ago about a ball game, and then we had 4 monitor visits and 9 fouls, and everybody used every timeout they had left, and we didn't start on time.
No, I've always marveled at the fact, and it happens everywhere, how they don't ever start the first game on time.
Back in your day, Jim, were they still playing Friday night, Saturday afternoon doubleheaders in the Heart?
Yes, yeah, we traveled Friday. You had travel partners. For instance, it was Ottawa and Baker, Ottawa University.
And then you had Tarkio when they were in business with Graceland.
With Graceland, or maybe William Jewell, depending on how the schedule shook out. Missouri Valley was paired up with Culver Stockton for that weekend. So, yeah, they've gone to, Thursday?
Saturdays.
Wednesday, Saturday. Now, it used to be they went to Thursday, Saturdays first, and now it's Wednesday, Saturdays.
Bakarovas, we're back to play. Shot clock violation as they kept the ball and couldn't get a shot off. Johnson got it, but couldn't get the shot off.
Yeah, that was just not being aware of the shot clock.
This is Ahlstrom with it. Myers back in the game. She had a couple of points in the first half. Pisney. And Johnson bumps her enough to get a foul called, and that's 3 on her.
That's part of Central Methodist's defensive game. I mean, you mentioned they've only averaged giving up 57 a game, and they've given up 66 here because the officiating has been a little tighter, and they haven't been able to do that bumping.
Grandview was 16 of 18 from the free throw line in the first half.
Right.
That 18 is more than a ball game's worth of free throws. Kennedy almost with the steal from Ahlstrom.
Willott back in with her 4 fouls.
Beck. Pisney down the lane. Kicks it back out. Long 3 on the way, no good, and it'll roll out of bounds as Massanet lets it go.
Wise move there.
McElroy back. Bakarova out. They make sure that they understand that that's Pisney that gets guarded. So now she'll have a smaller player on her. 5'9" is 6'1" is Bakarova. 5'8" is McElroy.
Are these gray uniforms their normal home uniforms, or do they have whites?
They've got whites, but they like these grays. Beck with a 3 hits at Robin Beck.
Yeah, comes off the bench.
32% three-point shooter, but she hits that one. Stretches the lead back to up to 12. Willock, as they push for her, Bain trying to draw foul number 5 on Willock.
12 would be the biggest lead of the game.
Monahan misses. It goes out of bounds. It will be Central basketball. Central with a little shorter bench playing today. I believe we've only used about 8 players. He usually goes about 10 deep. He may have to get a couple more in there before with all the fouls before this is over.
Right.
7 minutes to go. McElroy around a couple of picks. Beck, and there'll be an offensive foul called
on Willott, and she's gone.
She heads straight for the bench.
She ran through after the pick on the roll, ran through the defender, and was whistled for the foul away from the ball.
She leaves with 4 points, well below her average. Johnson checks back in with her 3 fouls. McElroy's got 3 fouls. Bakarova, who's not in the game right now, has got 3 fouls. Beck doesn't like the call against her.
Another shot block attempt and the whistle. So that'll send them back to the free throw line. Larson again. She's 1 for 2 so far this afternoon.
She's 1 for 3 so far this afternoon.
That was putting that broadcaster's jinx on her.
Do it again. She's never missed 2 in a row. No.
And she didn't there, and they're 20 of 24 from the line.
Beck, Massanet, left-handed to the hoop. And there's a late whistle.
Yeah, you got to call that foul, right? If you're going to call it on this other end. Coaches don't really care how you officiate the game as long as you officiate the same way on both ends.
I think that's on Bain. That's her 3rd personal foul. Larson's got 4. Bain's got 3. Massanet to the free throw line. 78% free throw shooter, and I think she's about 3 for 3 in this game. Or 3 for 4, maybe.
They have been good from the free throw line today.
Yeah, it's been an issue sometimes. They don't rebound very well sometimes, and sometimes they don't shoot free throws very well. That's not been the case on either event today. There's McElroy getting inside, getting the rebound, putting it up and in. So a free throw for a point, missed free throw, and that's a basket.
And the lead is the biggest of the game at 14.
14-point advantage. It looks like the injured player was Brianna Jensen that was down. She just went around the corner beyond the curtain onto the other side of the floor to walk around a little bit. 81-67, 6.5 to go. Check to make sure everything's okay on my screen. We've got the men's action coming up next. Central 17-8, 8-6 in the Heart. Grandview 13-8, 8-6 in the Heart. So pretty evenly matched teams there.
Yeah, you look at those statistics and one would expect it to be a close game as well.
Let's see if I can find out. Eagles go on the road next. They go to Evangel on Wednesday, and then they finish up at home. Park next Saturday, Mid-America the next Wednesday, and finish up with Missouri Valley the Saturday after that. So a road game and then 3 home games in the regular season, it will be over.
It's coming down, isn't it?
It is.
Not districts in high school start 2 weeks from today.
I think the Hart Conference starts like the 23rd or something. Going to look and see somewhere in there. That was Larson with the ball. Bouncing 3 on the way, no good as Ringsdorf got it in rhythm, but the shot did not fall. And the Eagles have the basketball and a 14-point lead. Beck. 5 points for her off the bench. Massanet looks inside, drives to the hoop, kicks it back out. Beck, not one of her favorite shots to shoot, but that one might be a little bit better. Nope, comes up short. Myers underneath to the hoop, laid up and in. Ringsdorf with the basket.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was.
Massenet's hobbling a little bit, so she's going to go
okay.
off. Bakarova will check back in. She's got 3 fouls. She'll check back in.
Here comes the training staff from afar.
Yeah, and if we need to, Mark Dempsey is here in the stands.
Yeah, I saw him walk in.
Hall of Famer here.
Yeah, he just got inducted into the Hall of Fame a couple
again.
weeks ago.
I think he's in there as part of a team with trainers, and he was in the 2021 class. They haven't had the 2022 class yet, but the 2021 class, or was it the 2020 class that they didn't get to have last year?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they.
McElroy, step through, scoop, no good. Going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
Another good move to the hoop by her. You know my number's retired here at Central Methodist.
Your number's retired?
Yeah, the only problem was Brad McCarty wore it after I did.
Well, that was awful nice of him, you to let him wear your jersey while he was playing here.
Of course, I officiated for 27 years and officiated a number of his high school games. And then here at Central, I came back and worked a few games. And what a nice guy, good player.
Both free throws good. It's up to a 15-point game as I need to switch my camera. There you go. Pisney been pretty quiet here in the second half. Bakarova gets a block without a foul called.
Well, and she did what we talked about, just held her hands up, and Pisney shot it into him.
Kennedy, pick from Johnson. Gives it to Johnson, goes to the basket, hits the underneath side of the rim. I think she was just trying to get it up over the rim so she could get it on the other side. Pisney now guarded by McElroy. Larson to the hoop, no good. Goes off of the leg of Beck or Johnson as they fought for it underneath.
Yeah, both of them right there together.
Shuttled back into the ball game. Isabel, 5'9" junior from Wonder Lake, Illinois.
A lot of players from Iowa on this Viking roster. Not the international flavor that Central Methodist has.
Well, and the men have that flavor too. They have 2 players from London and a player from Madrid. Try to pass it inside. It's called a kick, and I think it was just basically thrown off of a foot.
Yeah, I don't know that that's.
And they get 20 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson steps out and picks up her 4th foul. That's the problem with switching all that. You end up with somebody on somebody they shouldn't be guarding.
And
she's got 4. Willock's already fouled out.
Took a big swipe at her that time as she went by. And don't get away with that very often.
Another 20 seconds. This is Ringstorff. Pisney. Bakarova with her 3 fouls on her. Double team now. Sheldy down the lane. Bank shot good. She's got 10 points off the bench.
High up off the glass that time.
Kennedy almost lost it. Gets it back. 12-point advantage with 4:15 to go. Bakarova straight up 3. Hits it.
Yeah,
Timeout by Coach Davis. Bakarova got 17 in the game now.
She hadn't been heard from for a while and drained that 3.
She, in the last ball game I did here at home, she missed like her first 3, 4, or 5 3-pointers and then hit 3 of the next 4. Hit 3 in a row, missed 1, and then hit another one. So 4 out of the next 5. She's very streaky.
Yeah, and like we said, she's a rare combination, a 6'1" guard. You just don't see that at this level very often.
I remember when she got eligible second semester last year, and Coach Davis said, I got a marksman coming in at semester who will be eligible at the end of the first semester. I said, she can shoot? And he says, yeah, she can shoot. And she has proven that wholeheartedly, because I think at one point last year, she and Massenet were in 2 of the top 3 scorers in the conference, averaging 19 points a game.
Well, and they've outdone themselves so far today from 3, shooting at a 35% clip. Had the Eagles only averaged 28% during this so far this season.
Yeah.
While Grandview, they've never found their stroke. They average 33%.
Now, the Eagles have taken away the three-point shots.
They have. They've done, especially in the second half, they've done a much better job.
Because we thought they'd come out just firing threes from everywhere. They've done that a little bit, but not nearly as much as we thought. And that's probably what they're going to have to do down 15 with 4 minutes to go. And there's the travel. As Rigatuso caught it, didn't dribble.
Grandview shot 25 threes compared to Central's 20.
Well, do you suspect we'll see a little more deliberate offense for a little while from the Eagles with this 15-point lead?
I think that's possible, but, I'm not so sure you want to do that.
Oh, I've seen it go the wrong way,
right.
where then you can't speed back up again.
Right. Do what got you here.
Johnson spins. It's knocked out of bounds as it was going towards Bakarova, but that's not where it ended up.
The Grandview player got her hand in there on it. Coach Kelly Greenway doesn't necessarily agree with that. But
Beck, nice to have a 6'2" outlet to throw the ball to. Shot clock under 10. Kennedy to the hoop, gets bumped, no good. Doesn't draw a rim. Johnson gets the rebound, misses, turns around, and fouls out.
Called an offensive foul. Got her elbow out that time and knocked the defender over. We talked about a little flop action. There you go.
Yeah.
She didn't hit her.
So the two bigs for Central have fouled out, Willock and Johnson. 14 points for the two. Between the two of them, head to the bench. Massanet back in. So now Beck becomes the biggest player on the floor at 6'2" for the Eagles.
Now will you see Central slow it down with the smaller lineup?
Knocked out of bounds by Massanet. It'll stay with Grandview with the Vikings.
Clock is not Grandview's friend at this point.
It is not, and both sides have played really well.
It has been a well-played game.
Sometimes you get a stinker out of it in two teams that are this good. Bakarova picks up her fourth foul. And sometimes the game lives up to the hype, and this game's kind of living up to it right now.
That's a fact. Look at the turnovers to give you an idea how well it's been played. 9 for Central, 11 for Grandview. That's taking care of the basketball.
First one falls in good.
Especially in a high-scoring game like this.
Central gets about 14, 15 turnovers a ball game, so Grandview is taking care of the basketball pretty well in this game. It's a 13-point advantage. Thing is, the scorers are still on the floor for Central. Bakarova misses that jumper. She was too close.
You can expect Grandview to pick up the pace.
Short, and Beck with a rebound. Quickly out to Kennedy. She's going to survey the situation. McElroy. Beck. She's a lefty. Step back three. Short. Monahan with a rebound.
Maybe not the shot you want in that situation.
The Lady Eagles are defending. They're closing on those shots from the outside pretty good, forcing them to do something else. Bakarova picks up foul number 5, and she will foul out. That's the third player to foul out.
Yes, that is.
That's 31 points that have fouled out of the game so far for the Eagles.
Still a 13-point lead, however, as Addison will come in.
Addison, yep, back in. Pisney at the line. She's got 14. That's not much more. That's about what she had at halftime. There's 15.
That's exactly what she had at half, I think.
We'll see who gets the defensive assignment on her now. I would guess Addison. She's a pretty good defender as well. Kennedy. 11-point advantage. Massanet. What's the drive to the hoop? Off the glass too hard.
Well, they're not They're not running the shot clock down like we thought they may.
Monahan, 3 from the outside, comes up short, gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Pisney steps inside the three-point line and hits the two-pointer.
And the lead under 10 now, under double digits with 1:36 to play.
And Grandview's got a long way to go to get Central to the free throw line. They've got to commit 3 more fouls before Central goes to shoot free throws. McElroy, under 7, step back 3 on the way and hits it.
Yeah,
she's got ice.
That's one of those shots as a coach you're going, no. Yes.
Massanet steps in, strips the ball out of there. To the hoop she goes, lays it up and in, and that ought about do it. 91-77. And we've got a timeout called. We've got something called.
Not sure what this is. Something to do with the clock again, I believe.
55.2. They make it 58.6.
Clock stops in the last minute after it made bucket.
There you go. Myers back into the ball game for the Lady Vikings. Scheidel against Beck.
Little touch foul.
Yeah, boy.
Well, this is what you don't want to do.
How many free throws has Grandview shot in this game total?
They have shot 29 so far.
And the Eagles have shot
20.
Usually don't see the road team that much more active from the free throw line. First one is good. She got 11 off the bench. She's been a big contributor in this. Scored 8 in the first half coming off the bench, and most of them right in a row.
And Grandview stayed in this game from the free throw line. That's 27 for 31. Or 26 for 30, I guess they hadn't put
No, they'll
there.
update it in a second. Takes about 20 seconds after something happens for it to show up on the live stats. 91-79, Central happy to run the shot clock down and get a shot off or not. Grandview not interested in fouling. McElroy to the hoop. Banks it up and in. She's got her average. She averages 20. She's got 20. And Addison bothers the inbounds pass, and it goes off of Ahlstrom's foot out of bounds. Central has it. Shot clock is off. Or the game clock is off. Or shot clock's off. It's 26.6 to go on the game clock.
Well, they can just dribble it out
if Grandview doesn't want to foul.
Right.
Addison. McElroy, it's not going to leave her hands unless somebody forces her to do something. She's going to stand out there and dribble it out. Looks like that'll going to be our final is 93-79.
Good win for the Lady Eagles this afternoon. Just a quality opponent.
As poorly as they've played from time to time, this was a pretty good effort all the way around by the Lady Eagles. They were up 28-23 at the end of one, 52-46 at the half, 71-66 at the end of three, 93-79. So both sides get to their average. Grandview gets to their average. Unfortunately, Central puts another 18 points above their season average up on the board for the win. If you want to run down the couple of the top scorers in this, Jim, when we'll get ready to go switch over and get the men's game on in just a minute.
A lot of players in double figures for both teams, 4 each actually. Pisney had 18, Bain with 14, Larson with 13, and Shadow with 12 for Grandview. For Central Methodist, McElroy and Massanet both finished with 20, 17 for Bakarova, and Johnson chipped in with 10.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll stop this one, come back for the stream off of the for the men's game. We'll be back with about 15 minutes to go or so. We'll not have sound on for the time being while we're getting everything set up. So that'll do it from the ladies' game, 93-79. Lady Eagles win. They improve their record to 21-4, 11-4 in the Heart. Grandview drops to 20-6, 11-3 in the Heart. We'll be back with men's action in about 10 minutes or so. We'll be back on the air in about 5, and we'll have stats and everything for that when we come back. So thanks for watching. Come back in just a couple of minutes as we'll have the men's action from here at Puckett Fieldhouse.